Hello and welcome back. Following our previous video on configuring the connection to a Modbus server, today we're going to explain how to configure the tags for the Modbus client in N3uron. We're going to connect to a Modbus server configured in a PLC. In the Modbus server TCP device I/O mapping, we have 7 tags divided into 4 holding registers and 2 coils. These variables represent the control system of a motor. We have a speed sensor tag for the motor, a tag to set the speed of the motor, and a motor temperature sensor tag, which occupies 2 registers since it's a float 32, a 32-bit real data type. Additionally, there are 2 status variables, running and stopping, which are mapped to a single register, with each variable assigned to the first and second bit of the register. Finally, we have 2 coil registers to send the start and stop commands to the motor. Let's dive into configuring these tags in N3uron. I'll navigate to the Tags Configuration subsection in the Config tab and start setting up the tags. First, we will create a new group named Motor and create the tags inside this group. We'll start with the speed tag. This tag will be of type number, and I will set a deadband of 1 absolute unit, so there will be updates only if there is a real change in its value. Then, I will enable the source for this tag and select the module type as Modbus Client and the module name as Modbus Client, just like we name Modbus Client's instance. Next, I will enter the device name, which is formed by the channel name, / and device name as we configured previously in the connection configuration. Then, I will set the Modbus address to the first holding register, set the data type to int16, and change the scan rate to 500 milliseconds. Next, I will create the tag set point speed with read-write permission, since it is a command to send to the Modbus server. After that, I will create a tag with read permissions for the motor temperature, which is of data type float 32. N3uron will know that it occupies 2 holding registers transparently. Next, I will create the tags for reading the status of the motor, in this case, running and stopping, which are of type Boolean. Notice how you must use the dot notation to access a specific bit within a register. Finally, I will create the tags for start and stop commands of data type Boolean, since they are coil registers and have read and write permissions. If you have any doubts about the Modbus protocol addressing, you can always look at the help section for the Modbus address setting. Once all these settings are configured, I head over to the Data section and select the Real-Time tab. Here, I will test the motor control system by writing some speed set points and testing the start and stop commands. As we can see, all the status tags are displayed correctly, and the commands are sent correctly to the Modbus server. That's it. We've successfully configured the tags to read and write data using the Modbus Client module. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.